Recording. And hello, everyone. My name is Jana Lee, and I'm a holistic sex and intimacy coach located in Boston. I hope this will work because it says something about internet connection, probably on my side. So no worries, you will receive the recording, and if this one won't quite work, I will send you another one. This presentation, this space, 1 hour space, is for someone who wants to learn more about Tantra when applied to intimacy and sex. Tantra is a big word, and I will tell you more about it. But what is it? How can we use this holistic approach to improve our relationship, to improve our intimacy, emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, now in the modern world? Let's get started. I will open the presentation and I will talk about it in a more structured way. What I want to say, just a couple of few words before we get into it. The word Tantra sometimes can be either confusing or triggering for some people. And this is one of my goals, is to dissolve that. I am a big fan of this approach. I've been doing what I'm doing for about 7 years. And this is the foundation that, as an intimacy coach, I use all the time. So I want you to also be clear about what it is, be excited about it, and not confused. I see Tantra as a toolbox that can be used by every couple who wants better intimacy. All right. So here we go. Let me share this little presentation with you. Grab something to drink, relax, sit more comfortably, and at this point just listen and maybe write down or put your questions in the chat. Creating tantric experiences at home. What can we do? What can we start doing right away? Well, the first step is just understanding what is Tantra. When you hear Tantra, this is something that I ask during my workshops. When you hear Tantra, what do you hear? And you can do it by yourself, just writing down or sharing with your partner. What words come up for you when you hear a word Tantra, right? Is it sex? Is it spirituality? Is it something like sensuality? Is it sting? Right? That this famous singer once said that he's been doing Tantra with his beloved, and that what that meant for him is having love sex, doing a lovemaking for hours and hours, which kind of shocked the public, right? Is that Tantra? So some of the things that come up when we discuss it, and if you start reading and researching about the words would pop up as spirituality, energy, polarity, feminine, masculine polarity. Yes, it is about sexuality. And just to be clear, we are talking about neo-tantra, kind of more modern approach, right? It is also yoga. For Tantra is a mindset. It can be a philosophy. It used to be, some aspects of it used to be part of this whole, not a religion, but a spiritual movement, ancient mindset. And for me, Tantra is an art. It's an art of loving on all levels. Some of the pictures that you might see if you start researching it. And again, what you're seeing is spirituality, somatic practices, sensual practices, and sexual practices. If you look at the dictionary, you'll see this definition, or Wikipedia these days, right? Tantra is an esoteric yogic tradition that developed on the Indian subcontinent from the middle of the first millennium CE onwards in both Hinduism and Buddhism. So it has a deep roots as a tradition, as a mindset, as a philosophy. And if we have to summarize it, Tantra is the mindset that embraces polarity. Tantra is a mindset, is also a practice tool that teaches us how to merge physicality and spirituality. Physical aspect of our being or physical aspect of our sexuality with emotional aspect, and again, for some people, spiritual or energetic. So it is yogic approach, as you see, if you're familiar with yoga a little bit, which is, again, connection between mind, body, spirit. The word yoga is uniting, means uniting. Similar to the word tantra, has two sides. Tan as an instrument, tool, and tra as an expansion. The interesting thing, and this is a translation from Sanskrit, is that it has different meanings. It's the same word can have almost the opposite meanings. For the word tra, for example, it's both expansion and weaving together and bringing things together. By expanding, we are creating union. All right. So when I've spent quite a few years not studying Tantra from a mind perspective, though I am very much academic oriented person. My first career was in academia. I studied philosophy. I do have a PhD in philosophy. And then I completely flipped and started experiencing life and study through the physical point of view. I became a yoga teacher. I became a Tantra practitioner. And this is pretty much, this weaving together is my life journey too. So when we experience Tantra, practicing Tantric tools, what I am finding out, and what was true for me, for many people, it's also important to first know, right? And one thing, there are people who are more experiential and then just diving in, experiencing, and then making sense of it. For the majority of people that I work with, it's important to have some ground, some theoretic ground, and knowing what is it for and what is it that we are creating and how, right? So starting with the mind. So let's talk a little bit about that. What are those tools? The tantric tools for conscious connection that we can create right here and now in the simplest way, but that can have a profound effect on the way we feel and the way we experience connection and the way we make love, even when we are making love with ourselves. Okay, so here we go. The first step, if you are creating a list of things that are important that we need to have in consideration, and basically those are steps for you to keep in mind when you want to connect physically, when you want to have sex as a couple, when you want to make love. First is an environment. I love everything about this picture except the champagne. I have nothing against a little bit of alcohol, but Tantra is a conscious practice. In Tantric approach, we are caring about being present. Presence over performance. The course of one of the names of the courses that one of my Tantric friends are doing for men. Presence over performance. That's the mindset we want to have. So alcohol, a little bit of alcohol to relax is fine. Drinking, not compatible with tantric sex or any type of drugs. What do you see on this picture? What's important? We want to think about 5 senses when we create an environment for our connection. Again, when we are about to have sex, when we're about to have a heartfelt conversation, where we're about to connect. When we want to connect in a conscious way, in a way that works, we want to think about the smell. Creating an environment doesn't have to be a huge thing. It can take a couple of moments to just rearrange your room, to rearrange the space where you're at. Is the smell right? Put some incense or anything, crack the orange open, right? So there is some smell that is pleasant for you personally and for your partner. The colors of the room. Is it too bright? Put a scarf over the lamp, right? Is the texture of the blanket that you're sitting on or lying on is pleasant for you? What texture do you prefer? Is it something silky? Is it something fluffy? Is the temperature right? Are your hands warm enough or soft enough? Those are the things that we want to literally create this little checklist and quickly go over, because when we are trying to connect in a conscious way, they can throw you off, right? Some of them, they can really throw you off and make it incredibly difficult to relax into your body fully, to be present fully. It is true more for some people and less for others, but it's it depends. So it's a kind of a big topic, actually. Some people are more sensual. Some people are less sensual. But overall, for creating tantric experiences, we want to pay attention to that, because even if you think it's not that important for you, it will become important as you go deeper. All right. So touch, tactile sensations, what you're hearing is important. Do you prefer silence? I usually recommend to put some music without words, something soothing. If you Google Tantra music or spa music, that's usually a good choice for those moments. Put it on a kind of quieter note, but as a background. It really changes things. We don't want to think about it as a luxury. We want to think about it as a necessity that we take care of, and then we can really focus. But take care of the environment first. The taste, that's what's usually recommended, is just to have something nice to sip on. Water, warm tea, hot chocolate, but something that really makes you go, ah. And it can be while you're talking, before connecting. It can be after. After all, you can prepare a little plate with chocolate and berries just to sit somewhere on the side. So when you are completing your connection, you can munch on something. That can be very, very nice way to complete. Yes, mint is a cooling herb. So it's with all these herbs or incenses, someone's asking about mint. It's a preference. It's an individual preference. Oh, for the mint for the mouth. Okay, maybe yes, that is important. And mint is always on our table around when I lead the Tantra date night, for example, for couples, right? Because it can be distracting, right? The breath, so take care of both how the environment smells and how you smell. Obviously, taking showers and using some body lotions can be enhancing. Okay. But for the one of the smells that I recommend for the environment is sweet orange. That seems to click with most people. All right, similar to when to something to munch on to create this taste that supporting mandarins can be excellent. So usually on the top of the list are chocolate and mandarins. All right, positioning. Why are we talking about positioning in this introductory event? Because it is important. Important to pay attention to. How do we start connecting with our beloved? I get this question a lot from couples that I work with, and the question is about initiation. It feels weird to initiate. I wish my partner could initiate. So we resolve it by creating an agreement. If you want to have a healthy, pleasurable relationship, you must put your connection time on a schedule. It's just how it is. We can't expect to be in the same mood and the same internal place all the time. So putting connection time or love lab, as someone said, on your schedule is very beneficial. And that's where we start creating. So we create in the environment, but then what do we do next? To avoid the awkwardness, we literally start with sitting in front of each other. Standing can be a position, but sit in front of each other, either on two chairs, so cross-legged, or if you can sit in bed, and put your bodies in a position where your energetic centers, so chakras, if you're familiar with that, can align. So we want to create this opportunity for energetic connection by becoming still, relaxing our bodies, sitting in front of each other, positioning our eyes. The tantric way to do that, and I will guide you through this meditation where we bring it all together in a little bit. It will be a short one, but it will give you a sense how to do it. We want to look our partner in the left eye, because the left side of the body is more receptive or feminine, right? I don't know if it's true, but it works, right? For most people, it does work to do it this way. Instead of jumping from eye to eye, right? You rest your gaze softly on their left eye. You put your right palm on top of their left palm and your left palm under. As you see on the picture, Right on top, left under for the same reason. Center of the palm is considered to be connected to your heart or heart chakra energetically. So that creates this opportunity for our energies to merge. All right, so body positioning in front of each other, standing, sitting, even lying facing each other or in a spooning position. If you're exhausted, do the spooning. It will work to some extent too, right? But bringing your chakra centers together, eyes and hands. Do all of it or some of it. You do want to make it easy or easy-ish for yourself so you can relax into the experience. All right. There are classic tantric positions called yab yam, which is fun to try, which is a position for energetic connection. It can be a position where you can have a conversation, or it can be lovemaking position, right? So this is a very powerful one and can be very fun to try and to come back to. There are adaptations of these positions, and we do practice it again during my workshops or private sessions, where you learning how to bring your bodies into the position that works for you as a couple, right? But positioning is important. Jumping from 0 to 10, which 0 would be feeling disconnected and 10 being in some sort of sexual interaction, rarely works. We need, when we are in a long-term relationship, we need to become masterful at this, creating this in-between space, 0 to 10, right? Become our own magicians, because we cannot rely on passion happening by itself anymore. If you ever heard of this new relationship energy, NRE, that drives us in the first stages of a relationship, well, we can only rely on it for, well, the research, the statistics says from 6 months to 3 years, right? But what do we do after? Well, that's where the Tantra or conscious approach coming in. Anyway, positioning is important. Positioning is something that needs to be created and play with. And we do it by creating these variations, right? As you see, people sit in a different positions and different variations. What's important is face-to-face, eyes, hand positioning, approximately your chest on the same level or similar level with your partner, and chest, belly, and hips on the same level. Well, there are variations. I wanted to show you this because this is this Tantra chair that's also, if you Google yoga chair, can be useful for some body types or for some adventurous spirits. Another tool that is extremely important, so let's say we created an environment, 5 minutes, 5 senses, we got our bodies in a position where we're facing each other. What do we do next? Breath is extremely powerful method to bring us into sync. There are 2 main breathing techniques that every couple, doesn't matter if you've ever practiced yoga, if you've ever done anything similar, it's very simple to learn. One called harmonizing breathing, where we both inhale in at the same time and exhale in at the same time. And that is, well, the name itself tells you what it does. It brings our energies, our bodies in sync, in harmony. Very, very useful for couples who do not spend the majority of the day together. So let's say someone coming home from work, maybe another person is already home, or you just had 2 different days. That's normal, right? These days, unless you work together, you do need to bring your bodies, your energy on approximately same pace, right? In order to connect. So harmonizing breath can be excellent for that. If you want to increase your energy together, circle breathing is very useful. So both those different types of breathing can be used during lovemaking again, right? But we need to practice them first. We need to get used to them. So when it's time, we can use either one or another, okay? Sound is another one. And when we talk about the importance of sound, it's both what you're hearing as in an environment and your ability to create sound in your body. It is impossible to have a full body, intense pleasure or orgasm without sounding. Energy doesn't have anywhere to go. If we build up enough sexual energy in the body through breathing, through tactile connection, it has to have a way to circulate, and sounding is the way. We do spend quite a bit of time with my clients practicing this ability to open your throat chakra. It might be very simple, just by learning how to breathe through the inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth with the sign first. But eventually creating this ability or connecting to this ability of giving a sound to your sensations. We make more sounds sometimes when eating a delicious food than having physical pleasure, sexual pleasure. And that needs to be changed. If you want to become a tantric lover, if you want to increase your pleasure, if you want to learn how to connect on a different level, better, higher level, deeper, we need to connect to our ability or allow ourselves to sound. Visualization is important, but by visualization, we mean the ability to focus on a certain sensation or the way that energy moves. It can be, there are many different practices. Usually it is considered more advanced technique, but we can always start with just becoming aware of, okay, what the body parts, right? What am I feeling right now in my throat? Can I imagine moving that energy? If I feel stuck, can I move that? If I feel stuck in my heart, chakra system is an ancient system of understanding how the energy moves in the body. And there are 7 main chakras, each of them associated with a certain organ, but also a certain element and certain emotion. This system is very intuitive. There are books about it, but if you just start connecting to your body, you can intuitively know which part of your body resonates with which emotion, for example. Sometimes it represents even in a language, right? We're talking about heavy heart. We're talking about kind of this tension in the throat when we cannot speak like someone. So self-expression, throat chakra, self-expression, heart, the place where emotions such as love, kindness, acceptance, gratitude live. We talk about feeling like a gut feeling, right? The gut feeling, or sometimes a fear, right? Living in the belly. That's a power chakra. And so on. In Tantra, we do focus a lot on moving energy from the heart to the sexual center, which is the orange chakra, the sacral chakra, the second chakra, and creating this flow of connecting through these practices of creating this flow. Can I, when I'm experiencing sexual pleasure, can I stay connected to my heart? When I'm experiencing emotional connection, can I allow myself to relax into my body and feel pleasure? Not always easy for some people. And even if it's easy, can we have more of it? Can we go deeper? Can we go bigger? All right. Bandhas is another, this is the last one, another tool, more advanced tool for moving energy. It's an internal squeeze, internal muscle squeeze. If you're familiar with, again, yoga or more advanced form of yoga, this is what we do. On an inhale, squeeze in a certain muscles, well, the Mula Bandha, for example, the muscles of the pelvic floor muscles, PC muscles. When we inhale and squeeze those muscles, we creating this push. We push an energy up from the lower chakras, the sexual chakra, the root chakra, toward the heart. When we hyper relax those muscles, we're allowing the energy flow down. Okay, so touch is something where we can, when doing all those things, touch can become a next level tool. When we aware of the energy in our body and we bring that awareness into how we touch, when we bring that awareness that our palm is an extension of a heart chakra, the quality of a touch can change dramatically, and touch can become the expression of love. The expression of love from the heart and the body. So give it a try. This is the basic, the first level of learning how to become conscious about your touch abilities to give touch and to receive touch. If you're right-handed, take your right hand and touch your left hand very, very gently, barely touching. Just very, very, very gently. Blow on your hand, on your left hand. And that is air. That is the modality of touch called air. It's an energetic touch. It can be arousing touch when applied to different areas of your body. It can be energizing touch. And it can be pleasant on some areas of your body and not pleasant in others. So we exploring when we are learning Tantra and learning conscious touch, we are exploring this different ways, how different modality affects us on the different body touch, body parts, but also how open we are to receive any type of touch. So that was air. The second one is water. See if you can, using your soft palm, full palm, drag your hand, starting with the elbow maybe, drag your right hand on top of your left hand, all the way toward your fingertips. Do it a few times, slow, contouring touch, medium pressure, like petting a cat. If you are petting a cat, and that is water, and this touch is the type of touch that is moving energy, that is grounding if applied more pressure, and awakening your sensuality. It's the essential sensual touch. When applied to the whole body, it helps us to connect to our own body. The next one is earth, and if you squeeze, just squeeze and hold. You can squeeze and hold each finger individually. You can squeeze and hold all fingers. It's important to have a experience with it. So if you are listening and just kind of, okay, trying to understand it, I encourage you to actually give it a try and feel it in your body. So squeeze and hold is one way. Another way, if you put your hand on a table in front of you or wherever you are, and just put your right palm on top of the left one, left hand, and shift your weight and feel the difference. Shifting your weight can feel so much better, especially if we are touching the whole body or big bones, right? When we practice this type of touch at Tantra date nights, I encourage people to use kind of, okay, put your hand somewhere on there in the middle of their thigh, or the middle of their upper arm, or their shoulder, of their hips, and then slowly shift your weight and apply pressure, and then slowly move your weight out. That feels amazing, especially if we're using other tools such as breath, your focus, your visualization, and so on. All right, the last one is fire, and the fire is everything that brings a blood flow. It can be tapping, slapping, pinching, jiggling, so basically rubbing, everything that brings a blood flow, fast, vigorous. That's a fire touch. That's the element of fire. And you can probably think of areas of your body that would appreciate it. But also think about the sexual activities that we do. We use all of it. When we stuck with just one, it usually doesn't work well. So we want to create this variety of different modalities of touch to expand our senses, to expand our energy flow, to expand our connection. All right. So let's give it a try. Let's give it a try and do 10-minute practice. For everyone who is curious, for everyone who wants to test it out, please find a comfortable position. Find a comfortable position in front of your partner that allows you to see their face clearly. Find a position for your hands. You don't want to put your hands somewhere randomly. If you can, we either hold in hands in the tantric position, which is right on top, left under, or trying to find the position on the body that is close to a chakra. If you're familiar with chakras, it can be as simple as their upper spine and their lower spine. If you can't reach there, anywhere is fine as long as you are conscious about where your hand are. Your hand is relaxed and not moving, and you're really feeling the sensations in your palm. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Hold for a second or two and exhale fully. Exhale through the mouth. Relax your face, relax your belly. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Ground through your sit bones. Feel as if you had roots reaching down toward the earth, and reach up through the top of your head at the same time, creating this lengthening in your spine. The spine is not straight, but nice and long. Breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, relax your belly, your hips, but keep your spine nice and tall. Exaggerate your breathing a little bit. Adding a sign or sound each time you exhale. Notice how does it feel in your body to do that. This is a practice of noticing more than anything else. Don't expect yourself to do it perfectly. Don't expect to feel in a certain way. This is practice. This is you trying it out. Do some of it or all of it. Feel free to drop one element or two while we're going, and it will be for about 7 more minutes. The intention is to practice staying alert but relaxed at the same time. This is a meditation. This is a meditation together. But in order to meditate together, to connect in this conscious way together, we do want to stay connected to our bodies. So we do it by connecting to our breath first. Can you make your breath a little slower and a little deeper than your normal breathing? Not too much, but to the level where it's still comfortable. Continue relaxing your shoulders, your face, your belly, keeping your spine nice and tall. Anytime you need to adjust, to readjust your position, please do. But then once you did that, stay still again. Now continue breathing slower and deeper, and see if you can open your eyes and softly gaze into your partner's left eye. Not your left, their left. Deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Notice if there are any emotions coming up, and just let them be. Let them be. When was the last time you looked your partner in the eyes? In our case, the left eye, to avoid this jumping back and forth, and relaxed into it. Do not bring any meaning into this. Allow the energy to flow. If giggles coming up, let them be. If sadness coming up, let it be. All emotions are welcome, but just stay with it. Now, man in a couple or whoever wants to take a leadership role, exaggerate your breathing to the point where your partner can hear you clearly. Maybe see your chest and belly raising when you inhale and then falling when you exhale. And allow your partner to synchronize their breath with yours. So one person is leading, another one is following. If you're a follower, can you inhale approximately at the same time as your partner and exhale approximately at the same time? Leader, pause at the top, second to two, and pause when your lungs are empty. Can you relax into that? Can you both make it easy? Inhaling together. Sound or sign and an exhale. Inhaling together. Sound or sign and an exhale. Can you continue looking each other in the eyes? Left eye to left eye. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, relax your chest, but keep your spine nice and tall. Continue doing what you're doing, and can you notice the sensations in your hands, in your palms? Are you aware where your palms are? Can you feel the warmth of your partner's skin? Now imagine each time you're inhaling, your partner's energy entering through your left palm. Catch it in your heart, and then on an exhale, can you pass it through your right toward your partner? The heart energy is associated with compassion, kindness, love, including self-compassion, self-love. Can you connect to that? Just by hearing these words or thinking that way, we can bring that energy up and can intensify it. If you are the one who is following this time, can you switch? Notice when your partner is inhaling, hold your breath and switch the pattern, reciprocal breathing. Your partner is inhaling, you are exhaling. Pause at the top or at the bottom. Your partner is exhaling, you are inhaling. Can you do that? Have fun with it. Doesn't have to be that serious, but this is practice. This is an exercise that when mastered can transform the way you connect, can transform your emotional connection, energetic connection, but also physical connection. One person is inhaling, another exhaling, reciprocal breathing. Exhale, inhale. One is full, another one is empty. Prana, this air. One person is empty, another is full. Can you continue eye gazing? If that is distracting, feel free to close your eyes and imagine this energy flow. Few more breaths like this. If you add in a sound, it means that one of you is sounding all the time, so it's a continuous hum. You can do it gentle, you can do it in a more intense way. And start bringing it to a more mellow pace. Connect to your breath again. No more synchronizing or reciprocal breathing. Close your eyes if they were open. And reconnect with your own body. Reconnect with your own body. Normal breathing or close to your normal breathing. And when you feel complete, open your eyes, look at your partner, and share with your partner. What are you noticing about yourself doing this practice? What came up for you? Physical, emotional, mental level. What was easy, what was difficult, what was surprising, what was not surprising. So spend a minute or two sharing, one person at a time. All right, and complete. And turn your attention back to this space between us, this virtual space between us. And I just want to say a couple of words about what else is possible, what are the ways to continue this practice. So circling back to the beginning of this presentation, my name is Jana Lee, and I'm a holistic sex and intimacy coach coming from a tantric perspective. I do teach tantric approach to couples and individuals who want to develop a more conscious approach to their intimacy, who want to expand their pleasure, their emotional connection, their spiritual connection, you will. And there are different ways to do that. Sometimes we start with healing what's been happening. Sometimes we start with educating ourselves about what's possible. Every couple is different, every person is different. I encourage you to visit my website, flourishingintimacy.com, to see what formats are available. And basically, if you go there, you'll see that the main two formats to work with couples are either 3-day format, the 3-day immersion, or 3 months program. And to get started for either individuals or couples can be something called educational date night, which is a 3-hour event where we touch upon everything that is important for you and create or discover practices that would be beneficial specifically for your dynamic. So if you are attending this event or watching it in recording, this is your chance to have this introductory offer for educational date night, which is at 20% off. If you're interested, you need to schedule a discovery call on my website, and we'll have a conversation to see if it's a good fit for you and also schedule. All right. So thank you for your attention. I will stop the recording